Hello, how are you? Today I'm gonna talk about coil sizing. This is aneurysm like this, and this is aneurysm like this. There's two sizes, usually three sizes. You can take these both sizes from neck and dome, the width of the dome and the height of the dome, and it depends. Every coil has sizes, and the unique coil is axiom coils. Axiom 3D. You can see on the box usually there is two sizes. For example, 5x15 coil, the first loop is 5 millimeter. Then coil became smaller, and the inner lumen of the coil usually is 3.5. And it's very important when you start to coil the aneurysm, you start to fill the space, and this next loops of the coil should be smaller. And all other type of coils usually, if it's helical, it became the same 5 millimeter, or the Optima coil from the Balt, the first loop usually small, and the next loops are at the size of the aneurysm, at the size of the coil marked on the box. And for such kind of aneurysm, if it's a 5 millimeter aneurysm, yes, it's a regular shape, and you can take all kind of 5 millimeter coils, but the first coil should be framing coil. If you take the Axiom 3D, usually they are bit stiff coils, and it's look like framing coils and filling coils. And helical small coils, 2 millimeter and 1.5 millimeter in diameter. Usually it's finishing coils. It's more or less softer than the bigger coils. And in other manufacturers, you need to see on the box it's frame or filling or finishing coils. It's very important because the finishing coils more softer and the framing coils more stiffer. In such kind of aneurysm, 5x7, if I start with the axiom coils, I will take 7x20. If I will start with the my conventional Balt Optima coils, I will take 5 millimeter because it's quite could be quite stiff, and it will feel like this and like this, and I would not take the 7 millimeter in such an aneurysm because it would be more stiffer and could rupture the aneurysm. And in acutely ruptured 5 millimeter aneurysm, usually I will take 4x12 first coil, and then I could place another one 4x12. The first coil will pack a little bit loose, and the second coil will bit more enlarge, and it may result in less coil impact on the wall and the rupture intraoperatively. Usually if you downsize 1 millimeter, it's more comfortable, but you need to keep in mind if the neck is 4 millimeter and aneurysm is 5, it could be small migration, and that's why in all of this type of aneurysms, in ruptured aneurysms, I prefer to take balloon assistance. And the size of the balloon, if it's a hyperglide, it's 4x15, it's a universal one. For the Eclipse, it's 6x15, and for the Scepter balloon is 4x15. Scepter, Eclipse from Balt, and Scepter from my convention, and V3 or Medtronic is Hyperglide. I stopped to use Hyperform balloon. They are short 4x7 or 7x7, and when you inflate the balloon, it all the time try to go with the flow distally. It's unstable balloons, and it's bulging inside the aneurysm. That's why I place the balloon, put 1, 2, 3 coils, then if it's needed I little bit deflate the balloon and see it's stable or not, and then I place more balloons. I try to densely park, and when there is some need in decision making, I prefer the last coil not to put in acutely ruptured, and in planned cases it's possible I can place the last coil, no problem. If there is some protrusion, usually it's not problem, because we prepare these patients with the aspirin and clopidogrel, or nowadays it's more and more ticagrelor. All our planned patients take this medication in acutely ruptured on the aspirin, and usually 300 milligram before the procedure, couple of hours before, and heparin. Heparin all the time after first coil, 3000 unit, international unit. Okay, if you will have some questions, I will answer. All coils could be delivered through the 17 microcatheter, or Echelon 10 is a 17 microcatheter, or Headway or Gamma 17. All these type of coils could be delivered, and only the coil should be delivered through the 25 microcatheter. It's Penumbra PC 400. You need 25th microcatheter. It's bigger, nearly 2 times. Okay, have a nice weekend. Enjoy your stay in India. Bye bye.